We got a bidet! Hey everybody, and welcome back for another video. In today's video, we got another Star Wars news segment for you. We do this bi-weekly so that we gather all the Star Wars news that we feel you should be aware of, and then we dish it out to you every other week. This past 2 weeks, probably the biggest story that we got that seems kind of out there is Kenobi got pushed back 2 days. The reason why this is a little bit out there is because they made such a big deal about it being, the anniversary of the original Star Wars film. And, there's big cahoots about it when everybody else thought it should have been May 4th. But then we got it pushed back 2 days. So now we'll be getting it on Friday, but instead of just one episode, we get two. So is that worth the compromise to you guys?
Oh, sorry, go ahead. You go first.
I think it's worth it to get an extra episode, but it's so strange to just be 2 days and not like a week or 2 weeks or something like that. It makes you think if there's something that they're not sure they're going to have done in time, you'd need more than 2 days, but then they're kicking out 2 episodes. So it can't be because they're struggling to finish something. There's got to be another reason, I think.
No, I definitely think they're done with the show, at least minimum the first handful of episodes. I'm sure they're probably done with everything. And yeah, I mean it's one of those things that it's not that crazy of a thing, right? But we're covering Star Wars news, so but it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pumped that we're gonna have 2 episodes. But yeah, I echo those sentiments. It's just strange. Strange is the key word for me with this, because first of all, it's like you said at the start, the whole thing was the anniversary of A New Hope. Disney made it very clear a while back. I don't remember what was airing at the time, but their original shows are going to premiere on Wednesdays. Like that was like a big shift instead of Fridays. And so now that's by the wayside, at least at the start. And then if it was for Star Wars Celebration, you would think that they would have known about that going into the marketing of this. So it's strange. Like I'm excited for 2 episodes, but to me, this reeks of Lucasfilm yet again not having their ducks in a row over there, and they're kind of like, oh wait, oh no, like they're being very reactionary. They're being reactive instead of proactive, and you'd think they get this stuff figured out beforehand. So excited, yes, but also just a very strange move.
One of the things that I had heard from someone, I don't know where, is that they wanted to change the weekly date that the episodes came out, and that's why they pushed it by 2 days. But it sounded very familiar to me, so I just looked it up. Mando season 1, their first episode came out on either like a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then the second episode came out only a couple days later, and then it was weekly after that. So it almost makes me wonder why they didn't just go that route if they want it to be weekly on Fridays, instead of just saying, okay, one on Wednesday, one on Friday, and then Fridays from here on out. Let's just do 2 on Friday instead. They've been in this situation before and they handled it different. So I'm curious as to why.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's clear yet whether it's going to be all on Fridays or if they're going to stick to Wednesdays or how that's going to play out. I haven't heard anything anyways.
I haven't either.
Kind of going back to what Tony said about Star Wars Celebration, that's the only reason I could see, potentially why that they push this back. I don't think they have enough time to quote unquote go back and fix the Inquisitor, because there's been a lot of things going on of maybe they're
Oh,
gonna.
there's no way.
Yeah, I don't think.
Unless he's in like 2 scenes, there's no way.
Yeah, so don't get your hopes up for that. We're not going to get this Sonic thing. Even them, it took them forever to get that
Mhm.
cleaned up. So my only guess is that something may be said at Celebration on Thursday, because it starts the Thursday before Kenobi comes out. Um, However, it could be nothing.
Yeah, for real.
I've heard a couple of chirps about people saying, well, Bulba didn't start off the hottest on the first episode, but the second one is what got it going. So maybe they're trying to prevent that again. But
I see, but I still think though that looking back, the Star Wars fandom isn't gonna consider Boba Fett like one of the better shows.
right.
You know what I mean? So like they might have gotten comparatively more interested in the second episode, but it's not like it according like generally speaking, it's not like after the second episode it just like took off and you know.
Right. Yeah. So we'll have to wait and see when Kenobi comes out. Obviously, we will be covering it here on the channel. So we will let you know whether those 2 days were worth it or not. So make sure to have your notifications on when that time comes. We'll also be covering Star Wars Celebration, so stay tuned for that. Kind of going along the lines of Star Wars Celebration, we'll move into our second news story here. One of the panels has already been announced, and it's going to be on the very first day, on Thursday, May 26th, I believe that is. And it's going to be a Mandalorian Season 3 panel. And the only thing that we know about it is that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are going to be there, and they're supposed to talk about the past, present, and future of the Mandalorian, and they have not said any of the guests that are going to be there. So do you think that they're going to slip us a little teaser during their panel and then have said actor or actress come out and blow everybody away?
I think that'd be a really cool way to do it. I haven't personally seen many panels, if any, to be honest, to really know how those function or to have much of an opinion on it.
I mean, I really think at this point anything's on the table, just because of how little information we have. My guess, this is just personal inference based on other panels in the past that I've watched. I'm sure Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau probably come out and introduce, them and get the crowd hype and whatever, and then the cast that everyone pretty much knows is going to be in season 3 will come out. Maybe even like a Moff Gideon or whatever might come out or whatever. And then they could add some other actors or actresses that are in it as a surprise. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they showed some concept art. And I also wouldn't be surprised if they did like a retrospective video package. And I also wouldn't be surprised if they showed a teaser of season 3, if not a full trailer. I'm not sure where season 3 is at right now in terms of production.
They just wrapped.
They just wrapped. Okay, all right, yeah. So they're probably going to show a trailer. I would be pretty surprised if they didn't, knowing that production is wrapped. So even if they're in post production still, they can still get a trailer. So that's, to me, that's most likely what's going to happen. But I'm open for anything.
Yeah, I'm hoping for something pretty big out of that panel. I don't want it just to be a like Mandalorian's great, let's celebrate a little bit kind of a thing. It's day one of Celebration. They should have something big on day one. It probably wouldn't be something that's going to overshadow everything else at Celebration, but start it with a bang, everybody. Yeah, the only guess that I have, if we don't get to see a new character or something, maybe like you touched on, I would hope that maybe we get like a little tease of what's happening with Gideon, or just something of a thread that we had previously that they can give us a little tease for what's going to happen moving forward. But I would love to see some special character happen. But we will have to wait and see. That will be on Thursday, May 26th, and we will be covering it here on the channel.
In some fashion.
Yeah, in some fashion. We're still trying to figure it out. We're new here in the new segments. So, yeah, we're trying to work out the little kinks here and there to make sure that we can deliver the best possible format for all of you. Our last one for the last 2 weeks is probably the biggest one for me. It's been a long time coming from delay after delay, but Lego Star Wars finally released on Xbox, PlayStation, and I think Nintendo Switch. Maybe PC, I don't remember. But we can tell you we have our first gameplay up here on the channel for you. That way you can check out the Phantom Menace. We played episodes 1, 2, and 3 so far. It is drastically different than Lego games in the past.
We also
In a
have
good way or a bad way?
I would personally in a good way, at least from the last one that we played. But I was just trying to touch base that we also have the unboxing of the game up on the channel as well.
Of the deluxe edition.
Would you say good way or bad way?
I would say for now, good way. I would say I was a little shocked when we first started playing it. Because of the delays that they had, which I think was about a year or two, the format of what's going on in the game was a little off coming from previous Lego games, because the way that I see previous Lego games is you have, anywhere from 12 to probably 15 or 18 missions, and those missions are probably at least 20 to 30 minutes a piece. They have like 2 to 3 parts of each level in them. And when we're playing Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga, those levels, at least from episodes 1 through 3 so far, maybe last 10 minutes. I think the first level lasted like 3 because it was super, super short.
You are right on that. The levels are pretty short. The reason why my gut reaction was just to say it's better is because the split screen for was it Force Awakens? Was the last one we played? The split screen of Force Awakens was just so atrocious with sometimes it would split screen, sometimes it wouldn't, sometimes it would when it really shouldn't, and it should have just zoomed out a little bit, and it was really difficult to work around. Whereas the Skywalker one that we're playing now, the split screen is so much more clean cut. It basically just keeps the screen split the entire time in half on the vertical instead of this weird diagonal stuff it kept doing on the previous game. And you can control the way you're actually looking for the camera angle. So that part is, at least in my opinion, a lot better, a lot more well done for that. That's why my gut reaction was to say it's better, because visually it looks a lot better, but the levels being shorter, and there's a lot less building too, which is
Significantly
interesting.
less.
I don't know. It's weird to, kind of see if that's it. I don't know yet if it's the whole game or maybe it's just this couple episodes that we've played, since we've only played one saga so far. So I don't know.
I would say the way that critics are talking about it, first of all, they're loving it. I don't think I've heard any critics say anything below an 8 so far out of 10. But a lot of the resounding verbiage is basically the love letter to Star Wars. It's, let's see, 45 levels across all of them, because each episode has 5 levels. And then there's a open world segment where you can go anywhere you want as any character with any ship that's in that game and explore. So there's a lot of good stuff to it. I look forward to playing more of it. I keep bugging Sarah, hey, let's record more, but life happens and more stuff we got to do. Tony, have you heard anything about the game?
So yeah, I have not played it. Not because I don't want to. It's just in a perfect world. I would buy the game. I would also buy a PS5 and we would all play it together. But that is a whole lot of money that that I don't have. And I have thought or threw around the idea of getting it for. I mean, I have a PS4, but getting it for whatever console I have now, but that also costs money. And I don't know if I want to spend $60 on it right now. But I have heard um, basically nothing but praise for it. It definitely makes me go like, I might need to check that out at some point. And it looks cool, like the changes. I've just seen like small, like short videos and stuff like that. I haven't done like a real deep dive, but the changes seem cool. I think it makes sense that the levels are shorter because 45 levels is a lot for the kiddos. So especially because there's the open world stuff. So that makes sense to me. But yeah, it looks good. It looks interesting, and maybe I'll get it someday. We'll see.
Black Friday might be a good day for it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I will say another big praise for the game is, 7/9 of this game has already been done before because they've had Lego Star Wars in the past where we covered episodes 1 through 7. And I feel like they're doing a great job with not repeating what they did in the past, because just in episode 1 alone, in the original Lego Star Wars, the battle with the Gungans at the end was not a thing for consoles. And same thing with Anakin going and blowing up the Trade Federation control ship. That wasn't in the console games either. So that's something that they actually added to this game. So you actually get a different dynamic for the different episodes. They're not just copying and pasting the moments that they picked from the past, so to speak. So that's big. There are a couple of DLC packs still coming out. There's, I believe, one coming out on May 4th. Can't remember which one it is.
That would make sense.
I know already that there's Mandalorian season 1 and something else. Solo. Solo is the other one that came out. So if you haven't played Lego Star Wars yet, we do recommend it. We are only 1/3 of the way through it, but we are enjoying it. In the past, I've found going back to do collectibles and Lego games is super tedious. This game, I actually want to go back because there's actually quite a few fun things to find when you're going about in the random parts of the level. It's not just the mainstream. So yeah, check that out. Otherwise, any other stories for today?
I don't think so. I think that about covers it for now.
Feeling pretty good. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up this news segment. We will see you guys back in about 2 weeks for more Star Wars news. And the way you can make sure that you are notified is by turning on your notifications. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, drop us a like if you like this video, and drop us a comment letting us know what you thought of the Star Wars story or news stories the past 2 weeks. And then as always, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.